Hey everybody, welcome back to Wasted Opinions. Today's episode, it's all about talking about where we're standing with this gen, looking ahead to the next gen. 2020, we're going to the next gen this holiday season apparently.
Yeah,
right?
That's all they say is holiday.
Holiday. So get your money ready to spend on all that.
And I will.
Yeah, I think some of us are gearing up. You're buying it launch?
PS5 as soon as possible.
I'm going to wait.
I'll get launched.
I want that Miles Morales Spider-Man game.
It's not even for that. I really like having it when it's there. It's one of the few things where video game systems are one of the few things where I try to be one of the... I don't mind being an early adopter.
I want to be on the forefront.
I'm on the opposite. I'm like the later adopter.
Yeah.
But let's get through some introductions, because when I say fuck...
When I say fuck me in the ass!
When I say boom boom, he says...
How?
Outgoing lights!
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that.
I don't even know what that is!
Boom, boom.
I know you would.
Outgoing lights! Yeah, it's a song.
It's a song.
It's a good line.
Everybody cha-cha!
And you are?
Just give me the country boy. I'm country boy.
And the guy that always follows Country Boy.
MussKeg!
Always up the rear.
Even if he's wrong.
Yeah, I'll be there to support you no matter how wrong you are.
Because... And if I haven't said it, I'm LewisLightning. We're going to start it off with a shot.
Thank you.
Jägermeister Spice, how'd you like that? I don't know. We've had it before.
Yeah, it's better than regular lager.
Yeah. So I guess the smart way to talk about it is to talk about where we're sitting right now. This generation, we're going to just kind of get an overview of it. Obviously, we're all PS4 guys. These guys also have Switches, which I do not. None of us have Xbox, but we're still going to look at them all. So let's talk about like the games first of all.
Of the current gen?
Current gen, yeah. What do you think is the standouts?
I know John's answer.
That define the PS4.
I know John's answer. Can I guess it? You tell me if I'm right?
Anyone can jump in.
I think you're going to say God of War.
What?
Of the PS4?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've said it before. I God of War review.
Yeah.
This is the console. This is the game of this generation. It was for me, anyways. That was the best game that came out this whole generation. So, I mean, watch our review. I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's so many other games.
Oh, he's talking about it too much at certain times.
But the Blades of Chaos, remember?
Hey, I like Heath Ledger's The Joker.
Yeah. that's my Joker. Is my Blades of Chaos.
You know what? You mentioning that the axe was a fucking great addition.
Oh no, absolutely. I don't hate it.
It'll ever overtake the Blades, but I love that thing.
But I mean, what else is it? Like, the PS4 has so many fucking awesome exclusives. Like, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima. Guys, that's a fucking great game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
I really want to play that.
Fantastic game.
I'm planning to try and get around to it.
Last of Us Part 2, you might not be too big of a fan, but I like it. He's still playing it. I'm
still playing it. I'm enjoying it. So
Spider-Man PS4, solid.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wait, I thought we were picking our favorite one here. I thought that's what we were doing.
Oh, sorry.
Well, anything that defines
I was trying to name what
that's fine. I mean, like, I would go... part of my problem is I'm trying to remember what was on this console. Like, there's
I know it's not exclusive, but Red Dead
Uncharted 3 was on PlayStation 3, right?
No.
Was it on
4? Is on 4.
Oh, it was on 4?
Uncharted 4 is on PlayStation 4.
Okay. I'll pick one. How about... I'm going to pick one, though, that stood out to me because I was surprised how much I liked it. The Witcher 3 was a really good game on the PlayStation 4, I thought.
And that's also an Xbox game.
Yeah. I mean, what are some other ones? Infamous Second Son was a good
I was going to say
one.
that. It's good. It wasn't quite launch. It was just after, right?
It was a few months later.
And let's be fair, GTA 5 really, like, it started in PS3.
It was on the 3,
but
also the Xbox 360.
But it was so close to the end that it was like...
That's going 3 generations.
And it's being ported again to the next generation.
Yeah.
Again,
across 3
that's just how much staying power it has, honestly.
Yeah. I mean... It launched with also Killzone Shadowfall and Horizon Zero Dawn.
I never even finished Killzone Shadowfall.
Not launched,
but
like nothing.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's not worth mentioning.
Horizon Zero Dawn was great. Yeah.
Now PC on that. So
expanding. So many games we haven't played. Like even like that. The one where you fucking paint on the walls that you're a kid.
Concrete
Genie. That's the one. I want to play that.
Like PlayStation's come up with a lot of new exclusives. That's one of the strongest things it's always had, and this gen.
It's how they keep their fan base is their exclusives.
The Order 1886 less so, but still good.
I loved it. Maybe not loved. I liked it.
Too linear for me, but
yeah.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. So a lot of great exclusives coming from the PS4. I know we could probably go on more.
Well, Xbox has the Halo series.
So yeah, Xbox.
I don't know which ones were out on. Xbox.
Yeah, sorry.
Reach?
Halo 5?
Reach?
I do have a bit of a list for this.
Okay,
there you go. Yeah.
Go ahead. Then we'll need you.
So, well, I just had Halo. Halo in
the
general.
first Titanfall was on.
First
that
Titanfall.
one.
Yes, the first one was
The second one was great.
Cuphead, which only recently
just came on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I've
been playing it on Switch. Hard.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
I have it on Switch.
Oh, okay.
Great
I
indie
do want to
game,
play it.
as well as Ori and the Will and
Oh, I
never
want to play
played
that.
either of those ones.
it's a great
Yeah,
one. Some lesser ones. Crackdown 3 is exclusive they had.
Played.
That's
I heard it wasn't very good.
I
though.
don't think I even played 2. I think I played the first crack.
I had just a bunch of their exclusives.
Sunset Overdrive.
That's what I had. Sunset Overdrive, Dead Rising 3, which
Fable?
I'm big into Dead Rising.
Fable wasn't on Xbox Series 1.
No.
But it's something to talk about later on.
Possibly
sometime
coming.
later on. Forza series, if you're into driving games, I've heard it's one of the best.
Yeah, if you like
Possibly
it,
better
you're
than-
But honestly,
Gran
when
Turismo?
it comes to Xbox, the only series exclusive
Halo.
is Halo that really
Gears.
pulls me.
Gears.
No, Gears.
Gears. Halo and Gears are
The
the...
Wars!
They've expanded Gears Tactics, which is like the overhead type thing, which is spin off of the original.
They really did a good job with the design of Gears, really pulling in those people that like muscled up guys.
Get your wrestler-looking
with
guys.
chainsaw, and they got their diesel truck.
Yeah.
And
Got a chainsaw on my gun, yeah!
You know, something I might have tried if it came to the PS4, Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
That's
I would love
that
to
rare
play
one
Sea of
about
Yeah.
pirating and
That's pretty
adventure.
cool.
I think that would be
MMO.
fun, yeah.
They tried Quantum Break, which Quantum Break, Alan Wake.
Best way to put it is they have some exclusives that you're like, oh, that's cool, but they don't have the God of War.
They don't
have the
have the
Uncharted.
Spider-Man.
They don't have the
Uncharted,
Last of
yeah.
Us.
They don't have the big budget. Like,
they
They're lucky that
blockbuster.
they're lucky that they have Red Dead
Blockbuster.
Redemption, and
Yeah.
basically, because that could.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
all the ones that are shared.
So then, kind of a weird thing for Nintendo. We'll move on to Nintendo now.
So
So we're going back to the last gen, or
The Wii
Well,
U,
they started
or-
with Wii U, which
Yeah.
should have been the head
the
of
overlap
this
is kind of
gen,
weird. Yeah,
But
was the Wii U out before or after the PlayStation 3?
before. Oh, before PlayStation
After
4.
it was after the
After
PlayStation
the
3.
Wii and the PlayStation 3 came
Are
out
in between,
kind of the same.
yeah.
yeah.
And then the Wii U came out before anything else.
Anything
came out
else?
after that.
So it was in a weird position, and it never
It's a
really
great
took
move
off.
by Nintendo. If you
I
ask
think
me,
people were
they're
confused
jumping
by
in
it.
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like oh, so the Wii, but Wii U, is it the same thing?
I was just disappointed.
Oh, no, I have
with
two
the,
screens.
I was
What am I-
disappointed with the range on the Wii U controller. I was thinking I'd be able to bring that into bed and play it in bed.
Okay.
and
Oh yeah,
couldn't.
you can't.
You couldn't.
I wasn't sure.
Not where I had my Wii U set up.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
I've only played a few games on it, and I never wanted
the
a system
controllers were real nice on the Wii U. I played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U actually. I didn't play it on the Switch.
Okay.
I started with
because I loved
Switch on
the
that.
Zelda series, but I wasn't set on buying
Or
a Switch
Wii U
at
on
the
that.
time. So that's why I played
Okay.
the Wii U version
There's-
of it on that.
And that's the reason. There's a reason why that thing, that tablet that you hold in the game, looks like kind of the Wii U thing that you're holding,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
because that's exactly what it's based off of.
Yeah.
And
you
the
can like pull
Switch,
it up
too,
and-
technically.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really think of, I mean, there's lesser known games that are only on the Wii U, but Smash Brothers U, that was only on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they originally had the fitness trainer added in and
Cloud Strife.
Pac-Man.
I mean, I bought it
I think
just so we
that-
could
yeah,
play
I-
Mario Kart. That was the big thing.
So was Mario Kart 8, did that come
That
to
started
the
on the Wii U, and
It
then
was.
when they
It's on
put it to
Switch
the
now.
Switch,
Yeah.
they basically added some extra
Because I was
levels.
going to say, like, almost everything else...
They didn't even really up the graphics. That's an interesting thing about going to the
That's
Switch
true. It's not
versus
even like
the
a
Wii U.
more high
You know,
res.
PlayStation 4 to 5 and Xbox One to Xbox Series X.
There's a
The
noticeable
big
difference.
thing that everybody's talking about a lot
Ish.
is the hardware and everything.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
solid state drives and everything like that. But to go from the Wii U to the Switch isn't that
It's
different.
pretty much a lateral move.
lateral move graphics.
It's
wise.
just
They
the-
just said
yeah.
we need to change the.
You know what? We can take
design.
this thing out of the thing, and you can bring it on the bus. You can play with it where the fuck you want, and it's just a much better idea.
So yeah, like, we could just go to the Switch now, because almost everything good that the Wii U had, they just ported over. Like, Breath of the Wild has been mentioned already. Some of the newer games,
Mario
though,
Party,
Super Mario Party, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Mario Kart 8, technically, even though it's from Wii U.
Yeah.
I mean, those are always good.
That's
Mario Odyssey's a
Mario Odyssey.
new its own game.
Back that Ultimate Alliance, which was exclusive.
Yeah, it is
That
exclusive.
people have jumped
But
into.
as you mentioned,
Was Bayonetta 2 only on Wii U, or is it coming
Yeah,
to
no,
the
it was.
Switch?
It was on Wii U, and then
they've even ported
Bayonetta
Witcher
3
3 onto the Switch now.
Bayonetta 3 will be on the Switch, I think, or I don't know if it's out yet or not. I forget. But it's a Nintendo exclusive Bayonetta.
Not for you guys too much, but Animal Crossing.
Was huge.
Animal Crossing is the game of COVID-19. Like
It's 2020's game probably. The most highest selling game probably.
I don't get into it myself.
But
not for me,
I
not for me.
never would have guessed that Animal Crossing, and even now, it's a game that I'm starting to not really play. Like it was a game that you picked up every day to do some stuff. And it's starting to move away from that.
For me, it reminds me of like The Sims and like Farmville, like they had on.
It's a great family game though.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Okay.
Like my wife and I are on the same island, and she'll be like, "Oh, I moved those flowers over here," and it's like,
you're like,
it's great. It's a great game to do all the work that you should be doing to your own home, but you instead could do it.
But
on
you
the
never
screen.
have to get off the couch to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have anything else, but I was going to say Sword and Shield for Pokemon series came out, which is
Pokemon.
some of the big thing.
Played it, but
I'm probably the only one that really cares about that series, and I don't even want to pick it up.
I know the Mario Maker games.
Probably the best Smash Brothers they've ever made. Maybe other than the first.
Because it's all the Smash
This
Brothers.
is every Smash Brothers.
I mean, but for its time too. Like the first one was really good for its
Mega
time.
Man was probably people's favorite for a long time, like the second one on the GameCube.
Yeah.
But this one is, I think, it's surpassed every other Smash Brothers game.
I give it credit for that.
So I want to just jump to like maybe a little bit of like the hardware, software things that just came out that were different for this generation. I mean, we have cross-platform play. You can play Rocket League with people on PC and Xbox, right?
What's cool also is if I'm stuck in a game, I don't know what to do, and I want someone to jump onto my controller from another place, they gotta say, "Hey, Craig, I'm stuck in this spot. You want to do this for me?" He can do that from home.
I have to do it all the time.
He can play part of the game on PlayStation 4.
I basically
with
get
SharePlay?
John's trophies.
Yeah, on SharePlay.
Oh, SharePlay. Okay.
On PS4.
Yeah, SharePlay is a new feature.
That's pretty sweet. I've never needed to use it, but it's pretty cool.
I jumped into a Battleborn. Like my brother was playing with his friends, and like, yeah, I'll let you play it through SharePlay. Like SharePlay, great idea.
This console generation, the PlayStation 4,
streaming
has. Well, I was going to get at that's another thing, but what I was going to say is this was the first console game generation that had me push and start to actually like going to download only games as opposed to having a physical hard copy. I was always a physical hard.
It's easy,
and it just became way more work now. Like you can just put it on instead of having to grab your disc, go and
just go to your toolbar, there it is, play the game.
And I said to John earlier, the only reason I would get the disc drive in the new PlayStation 5, which we can talk about later, is if it's
backwards
compatible.
Yeah.
Wow, otherwise,
I still prefer physical copies.
I do too.
Like, it's nice to be able to borrow it to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's SharePlay, but sometimes it doesn't work. But
I like physical copies more. Sorry, but I like physical copies more when you didn't have to install the game every time.
And you gotta do that regardless.
You gotta do that regardless.
Download
or
install.
And now you got, like, speaking of digital stuff, you got Game Pass and PS Now, which are basically like rental services that you pay so much a month.
Netflix of
that's the thing that I think Xbox is doing better. Apparently, is
I've
Game
heard.
Pass.
Yeah.
Well, should we mention Google Stadia? Technically, I mean, it's trying to. It was trying to be a brand based solely on that, and
I know, but I don't think
and the lag and not lag. What's the term that's used? Basically, the biggest issue is how fast things interact with.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
that is the future. Streaming of games.
Streaming games is a total. Every game I play now, I stream. If anybody wants to watch me play it, great. If they don't, I don't care. It's just I put it out there for you to watch if you want.
Yeah. Basically, streaming in general become a lot easier and more practical for with this generation.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
It's a button click. It's not you gotta download something and hook up to your PC.
But still, the majority of streamers though are on PCs still. Like the people that do it,
because you can do so much
there's more that you can do.
At least their setup looks like it's PC because they're sitting at a chair and they might still be playing on console, but
maybe.
This generation also allows you to get like a lot of apps, which. Maybe PlayStation 3 had a little bit. You get like NHL app, but it definitely exploded.
Netflix was an app too. Yeah.
PS Plus was a big thing with. I mean, I know it was there in PlayStation 3, but it became an almost you had to have it.
I think it's mandatory for online.
Was it mandatory for online in PS3 as well? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't.
So it was
PS4
it became
mandatory.
almost mandatory that you needed.
It's because that was kind of their hitch. Was like, hey, you guys are playing Xbox, but you got to pay for a subscription.
And well, that's.
PS3 came out, ours is free, they said.
And that's what the gaming companies are all about because they don't really make their money on the console. They make it on the subscription services.
Yeah, exactly. I'm paying $60 a year, which is like nothing basically.
Almost every game now has like some kind of DLC unlockables and
And
shit.
it's
now,
no different than
skins.
like watching Netflix or Disney Plus or fucking Amazon Prime or something. You know, it's everybody does this. Everybody's doing it. It's just the norm now.
Yeah.
Did you want to?
I was gonna just talk briefly about hardware-wise, like the PlayStation controller. I love that fucking touchpad. That new pad they put in. Took out the start button.
Didn't get used
Doesn't
much.
matter.
The PS.
But when they did use it, I loved it.
When they used it well, I hated when they forced it.
Some games use it really well. Like I'm Ghost of Tsushima. You use it like there's 3 different directions you can use it, or 4 different directions. Sorry to say. But it's just and I like even the sound in the
precision.
controller.
That's what I was gonna mention as well.
The sound in the controller.
It's so underutilized.
Both of them, both of those features, I find underutilized well, anyways.
The PS4 controller is vastly superior to the PS3, in my opinion.
PS4 controller is my favorite controller of all time.
Just being a bit bigger too helps out.
Of all time.
There's still a bit of an argument for me
I know
about
you like
the Xbox,
asymmetry.
specifically the 360.
I hate the asymmetry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've come to.
I feel like they did that just so they wouldn't copy.
So here's the best way to put it. When I say I like the PlayStation 4, if I were to say I liked it more than the Xbox, that's just me being now a PlayStation guy, being like, PlayStation's the best.
No, but I literally feel like this controller is the best controller I've ever
It could be
felt.
just the fact that we grew up on it.
Yeah.
And whatever.
I
I
don't like to pigeonhole myself, so I've had everything. And I still would say that the design that they went to with the 360, which is kind of what they carried forward after.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
They didn't do as much of a change as PlayStation did when it came to the controller. Anyways, I still like that feel a bit more. So
The only other hardware thing from this generation, because I don't know if Xbox really did anything different with their hardware.
It was VR too.
VR. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
VR kind of took off.
Xbox didn't really do that. They started like they had an idea for the VR. Like it was almost like a Google Glass thing that they were gonna do. And I think they bought Oculus as well too.
didn't they force the Kinect basically?
The Kinect was
the Xbox
PS.
Series. It was 360, but they forced like
And then
it was like
It
part of the
became a
package.
thing, part of the Nintendo. The
And
Xbox.
the new generation, they just dropped it.
Yeah, nobody. I don't know if anybody that really uses a camera or anything, but
Yeah.
I have the PSVR. I don't use it as much as I probably should. I do love it. I do love the
I have the
games that are
PlayStation, like not VR, but the
balls
ones
from
the
before.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was something I used a lot with yours,
Move.
but
Yeah,
myself,
the motion.
Move, I never really touched much of. But.
I would say for Nintendo, both with the Wii U and the Switch, you have that screen, which I know for some games like Star Fox, they had where you actually have to like aim with that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But I thought the best use was stuff like Zelda, where it was like this is your inventory.
Part of a puzzle, or
part of a puzzle. Or
Another
something like
a good reason for it would be like if someone else wants to use the TV, you're like, okay, well I'm just gonna grab.
That's
this
honestly
thing.
that
was
is
so
the
I can still
biggest.
play my either one. You have the system going, the Wii U, pull it out.
I didn't know Wii U did
that
that.
was huge for the Switch for me because one of the big things, we have a young family and everything like that. So I didn't want to be stuck in the basement all the time, not able to help out.
Still be
So I can do
with
something
the people,
up there
just
and playing something.
not watching whatever they're watching on TV, and you're playing your game.
Yeah.
So then next gen, we'll try and just talk about this. I don't know how
We don't
much.
have as much to say on the next.
Well,
gen.
we don't know everything about it. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
let's
let's talk about this Xbox going into it because this has been like the war, right? Who's gonna? And a lot of people were saying Xbox was taking the lead because
They're coming out first.
They come. Well, no, but like not first, but who's gonna have the better launch? And everybody's saying, PS4 destroyed Xbox.
Well, have you seen
One.
any of their lineup?
So they're trying. They went to more studios to try and get more games, but the biggest issue is they were hinging on Halo being the release for their new one.
Did you see the
And now
gameplay
it's-
for the new Halo?
Yeah, but now it's pushed back. It's not going to be there with the initial release anymore.
Because people probably bitched about how it looked like shit.
Well, whatever the reason.
They said other reasons.
Whatever the
but,
reason,
yeah.
PS5 is
I agree
coming out.
with that.
PS5 is coming out with Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Xbox is not.
I watched the Xbox their showing that they had just recently. Was it in August? And I was watching the Xbox thing. I'm like, this doesn't even look like Xbox One footage. It looks like Xbox 360 almost.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed in how it looked. This is supposed to be your next generation. Like you guys are coming forward with this is your big game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look good. And they showed like images of, like Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I was like, holy shit!
Let's just put
this
it
is
this
like
way.
photorealistic.
Microsoft has a lot more money than Sony, so they really were trying to flex their muscle with this launch. And who knows, maybe they still will. But I mean, they've definitely recognized that exclusives are important. That's why
They should have realized that. Like,
yeah, but I think
ages
they're
ago.
also still getting a little too. Instead of just investing in their own company to develop their own, they instead went out and tried to buy up.
No, I honestly, I respect that they went and got more
I
companies.
respect it, but
But they're still very afraid that even when they do have another company, that they make like one game and then it's just like, well, we're done with that. No push to follow it up or anything like that.
They're worried they won't have the sticking power of the God of
Like,
War or the Uncharted.
I follow a lot of the people like
Naughty Dog is PlayStation's best
their
like,
best
smoking
purchase.
gun.
Yeah.
But Rare made Banjo was it 3 or Banjo Nuts and Bolts.
Nuts and Bolts.
And
that was
never
just,
followed
like,
it up.
what the
A series that people would have followed just from the fan base
But
alone.
then they made the Sea of Thieves. That's them.
Well, yeah, they also made Killer Instinct. I think they did that as well.
Oh,
that was them.
That was them? Maybe.
And then fuck, you mentioned it too. I can't remember it now. Oh, Fable. Fable. Been gone
yeah.
for so long.
I know. Like,
They
that's one of their
announced
flagship-
it.
Yeah, but it's like so. But they announced it, but now it's like really far away. Still,
Yeah, but it's like it's coming like 2025 probably.
That was the one that made me think maybe eventually I'd get an Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
But
It seems like if you're not into that mindset of people who would buy Gears and Halo, that they don't really push that game type. Like nothing experimental.
I mean,
nothing you could compare to Shadow of the Colossus.
No.
Like they could make their own superhero
But
game. If
I
they wanted.
will on PlayStation's part. I don't have to defend them because they're already awesome. But like I follow some people on Twitter that are like PlayStation guys, and all of the companies on PlayStation that are owned, they support each other so much.
Yeah.
Like you see them like doing fan art from one company to the other.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
it's just so cool. It's like a community. Even though you're not part of this company, you're part of the Sony.
it's almost
company.
like PlayStation is like, look, we do games and we know what we're doing, and the Xbox has kind of become the rich person that wants to get into the business, and they're trying to throw money and do everything.
That's what it feels like to me.
everybody's
Yeah.
But PlayStation is just like, because if you looked at this new launch, Xbox was the one throwing everything out and trying to be first and doing all this thing. And PlayStation just waited.
That's what it is.
Just waited, and they're like, here's what we're
By the
doing.
time of this recording, we still don't know when they're coming out.
Yeah.
Or what the cost of the system is going to be.
Of the looks, what are you guys thinking of the looks of the news? Like, I
don't want to be biased, but PlayStation looks fucking sexy.
Well, I think
as
the
hell.
PlayStation 5 looks better than the PS4.
It looks so cool.
My only concern is if it's going to look terrible on its side, or if you can even put it on its side.
Well, they showed the images of it on its side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen the images, so.
It just I would say the discless one looks better.
Yeah.
It doesn't have this bulk
even.
to
It's
it.
not, yeah.
Yeah, and there's weird.
Is Xbox doing that as well? Discless and.
They're talking about a Series X and a Series S.
So
possibly.
they haven't said it, but
and it's like
that's
big like block tower.
It's like
it's
straight
a
up.
square. It comes up.
Has
Yeah.
this-
Kind of like a dented in.
Yeah,
top
like a
Yeah, I don't-
grooved indent.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't looked at like
Looks
exactly.
It's almost like they tried to make it look like what they think PlayStation was going to do.
I don't know.
You know,
I
mean, I got to give them credit. PlayStation going away from the black.
It was
to
kind of
white.
bold what they did too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm hoping there's other colors. I mean, I like it, but having other colors would be cool.
The controller are what most people seem to give a critique on most was like
The dual
white.
sense?
I think people are just
the
having a
white.
hard time moving from.
Because it's been black for a couple of generations.
Well, when I bought my PS4, it was all
PS2s,
white, so
yeah.
I never really cared.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I'm most
was that the Destiny?
The Destiny one.
Destiny, yeah. I'm more interested in like the haptic feedback, which is a new feature.
I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested.
Haptic feedback's the coolest thing. I can't get over when my iPhone's dead and has no power. How the button doesn't feel like a button on it anymore. Anyways, sorry.
It'd be interesting to be like walking through mud and suddenly your character can't do stuff as easily. And you feel it.
Yeah.
So that was just a obviously very brief look back and ahead.
A lot of console talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of consoles.
And I mean, by the end of the year, the year-end stuff, CountryBoy is probably going to be talking about all these new games he's going to be buying.
if I can
PS5.
get it, who knows if they're going to have enough systems out there with COVID holding everything back.
I'll tell you one
Hard to
thing
get
though,
one.
I am not ordering mine off Amazon this time. My wife did that as my present, like for the PS4, and I just never had a good feel about it.
I put my pre-order in for PS4 at EB Games. I went to midnight launch, got mine. I'm hoping to do that again this time.
Yeah.
So where can we find everyone at?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, PSN, as MussKeg. I'm streaming all the good stuff. Last of Us 2, which now I'm dating us, so when people watch this video 10 years
You're already dated. You're already like a month and a half
Fall
behind.
Guys! I'm the master, got my crown. Anyways.
The LewisLightning on Twitch.
And I'm on Twitch, Twitter, PSN is CountryBoy_9. I'm playing a lot of these games too. Fall Guys, Ghost of
Not
Tsushima.
as well.
So you'll be maybe finding him on the PS5 next gen when this comes out.
Yeah, hey, I'm hoping to be there
Uh-huh.
right away. As soon as it comes out, day one. Come on.
Go PlayStation!
Hey guys.
Nintendo's good too.
Yeah.
Xbox can suck a dick.